Hey fight fans, it's Jay Calderon with 12rounder.com, and I'm here to give you the aftermath for Marco Huck versus Mirko Larghetti. Happened on Saturday in Germany, and it was a bit of a weird fight actually. Huck seemed hesitant at times, maybe unable to find the target, maybe letting the pressure of tying Johnny Nelson's record at Cruiserweight for most defenses at 13, maybe that was weighing on him a bit. Maybe he underestimated Larghetti, thinking about bigger, better fights in the future. Whatever the case may be, he just didn't seem as sharp as he sometimes does. He's a very explosive puncher, not incredibly fast, but explosive, and certainly has power, but it wasn't as much on display in this fight. Larghetti also, to his credit, had a slightly better defense than Huck might have imagined, and Larghetti was able to get inside with just a very consistent flow of jabs and was able to maneuver around there a little bit better than I think most people gave him a shot at being able to do. That being said, the weirdest part of the fight really wasn't the style at which it was fought, but more about the ending. In that 12th round, Huck seemed, on my card, he needed to at least win the round to get a draw. He seemed to get a knockdown, then a knockout at the very, very end of the fight, but as it turned out, the bell had already sounded, and according to what ended up happening, it was going to go to the scorecards. And again, I thought the fight was very close. If you counted the knockdown, I had him winning by a point. If you didn't, I had him winning the round, so I had it as a tie, and he ends up winning a very German-flavored, wide, unanimous decision after all of that was said and done. But in any event, he ties the record. He gets to move on potentially to the Johan Pablo Hernandez unification bout. More importantly, for the legitimate world heavyweight world Cruiserweight championship, and it could definitely be a big fight in Germany if, promoted correctly and what have you. So he gets to move on from that. Again, Huck needs to still work on getting hit so clean so often, especially if he plans on moving up to heavyweight in the future, and he needs to stay a little more busy even when he's not necessarily landing all the time. He needs to find a way to keep himself safe in those moments, even if he's just putting on pressure and not necessarily connecting all the time. In the co-feature bout of the evening, heavyweight Denis Boytsov came back from his first defeat to earn a decision over Timur Masafarov. Masafarov had a late rally in the end of towards the end of the fight, obviously, but Boytsov compiled enough points to probably deserve the decision. It was a closer fight than I think some might have imagined, but again, coming back from that first loss, you never know what's on his mind. It was an okay fight. Again, a fight of two halves, but I do think Denis probably did enough to win. In any event, tell me what you thought of the fights. Tell me what you think of the futures of Huck and Boytsov especially, and actually of Larghetti. It was a good showing in defeat, and with a little bit better conditioning, he might have been able to at least look better towards the end of that fight. Whether or not you thought he won the fight being sort of inconsequential to that point, but again, tell me who you think who you thought won the fights. What did you think of the finish? What do you see for Huck in the future? So on and so forth. And of course, be sure to comment below the video and tell me all that stuff, as well as tell me at 12rounder Boxing on Twitter. Be sure to visit 12rounder.com, like, share, comment, all that great stuff. Love to hear from you. Till next time, enjoy the fights.